The Office is one of the best TV shows of all time, and as such, there have been some shows that came close to replacing it, but ultimately couldn't for different reasons. Back in 2005, Greg Daniels developed an American version of the British sitcom The Office, created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. The American version of The Office takes the audience to Scranton, Pennsylvania, to follow the employees of that branch of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. Leading the team is Michael Scott, Steve Carell, the regional manager, who, even though well-intentioned, often annoys his colleagues. The Office ran for 9 seasons and became one of the best sitcoms of all time. As such, The Office is also one of the most influential sitcoms, inspiring many other shows in the genre, some of which could have been the next The Office. Superstore. Amy and Jonah standing together at the front of the break room in Superstore. In 2015, NBC became the home of the sitcom Superstore, created by Justin Spitzer. Superstore takes the audience to Cloud 9, a fictional big-box store, to follow a group of employees doing their best there every day. Leading the group is Amy America Ferreira, the former floor supervisor and now store manager. Superstore follows their many ups and downs at the store, in their individual duties around the store, their dynamics with their fellow employees, and their personal lives, too. What made Superstore a potential The Office replacement is its workplace comedy, taking the fun and chaos from an office to a big store. A key part of Superstore's charm and fun is its portrayal of retail work, with the characters dealing with difficult customers, corporate policies, and other issues, all with a dose of social commentary. Superstore ran for 6 seasons, but didn't have a big audience like The Office did. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn 99-18. One of the most popular and beloved sitcoms of the 2010s is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, created by Dan Gower and Michael Schur. Brooklyn Nine-Nine aired on NBC from 2013 to 2021, for a total of 8 seasons. Brooklyn Nine-Nine takes the audience to the fictional 99th precinct of the New York City Police Department in Brooklyn. Brooklyn Nine-Nine follows the team in the 99th precinct, led by the newly arrived and very serious Captain Raymond Holt, Andre Braugher. Holt immediately clashes with skilled but immature Detective Jake Peralta, Andy Samberg, but is only one of many unique and funny members of the squad. Together, they solve different crimes, while the show also explores their personal relationships. Like The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a workplace sitcom, with the characters having similar personality traits that are key to the show's comedy. Brooklyn Nine-Nine failed to be the next The Office because it succeeded as its own thing, thanks to its characters, performances, the chemistry between the cast, its writing, and the themes addressed in it. Community. Abed, Britta, Pierce, Troy, Shirley, Jeff, and Annie looking unimpressed in Community. Created by Dan Harmon, Community aired on NBC from 2009 to 2014, for a total of 6 seasons, and a movie that has been in development for way too long. Set in the fictional town of Greendale, in Colorado, Community takes viewers to Greendale Community College to meet the very different people attending. Among them are Jeff, Joel McHale, who lied about having a bachelor's degree from Columbia University and now has to earn a legitimate degree, Britta, Jillian Jacobs, an anarchist and activist, Abed, Danny Puddy, a film student, Shirley, Yvette Nicole Brown, a Christian and divorced mother, Annie, Allison Brie, an overachiever, and Troy, Donald Glover, a former high school star quarterback. With such a diverse and often clashing group, Community is full of fun and chaotic stories as they all try to get along and achieve their personal goals. Community isn't a workplace comedy, but the group spending most of their time together in one place is reminiscent of The Office. As good as it is, Community is one of the most underrated sitcoms of the decade. The Good Place. Eleanor smiling with her hands together in The Good Place. One of the best sitcoms of all time, with one of the most shocking plot twists ever, is The Good Place. Created by Michael Schur, The Good Place aired on NBC for 4 seasons, from 2016 to 2020. The Good Place introduces the audience to Eleanor Shellstrop, Kristen Bell, a young woman who died. Eleanor awakens in a waiting room in the afterlife, where architect Michael, Ted Danson, takes her to the good place, aka heaven. However, Eleanor knows she doesn't belong there because she wasn't a good person when she was alive, and she learns that she has been mistaken for another Eleanor Shellstrop. Not wanting to be sent to the bad place, Eleanor, with the help of her assigned soulmate, Chidi, William Jackson Harper, does her best to become a better person and fit into the good place. With Michael Schur behind The Good Place, it was expected to be similar to The Office. Luckily, The Good Place is something entirely different, with a creative concept, complex themes, and well-written plot twists, and it earned its success and praise by being its own thing. Abbott Elementary. Janine looking shocked and confused at the camera in Abbott Elementary. One of the best sitcoms that is currently airing is Abbott Elementary, created by Quinta Brunson. Abbott Elementary airs on ABC, and, at the time of writing, it's preparing for its 5th season. Abbott Elementary is set in Willard R. Abbott Elementary School, a predominantly black public school in Philadelphia. Abbott Elementary, then, follows the teachers working in the underfunded and mismanaged title school, with second-grade teacher, Janine Teagues Brunson, taking the lead. Teagues is determined to help her students despite the poor conditions of the school, and works closely with other, very different teachers. Abbott Elementary is another workplace comedy made in a mockumentary style and with a similar vibe to The Office that made it seem like a possible replacement. However, like many other examples on its list, Abbott Elementary has succeeded thanks to its concept, humor, and performances that have set it apart from The Office. What We Do in the Shadows. Colin, Mark Proksch, Laszlo, Matt Berry, Nanda, Kayvan Novak, and Nadia, Natasha Demetria, looking puzzled in What We Do in the Shadows Season 6 EP9. Credit, Image via Hulu. In 2019, Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement's mockumentary horror comedy What We Do in the Shadows was adapted to TV. What We Do in the Shadows follows the same concept as the movie of following a group of vampires living in the modern world, with the help of a mortal. These vampires are Nanda, Kayvan Novak, the once bloodthirsty leader of a kingdom, Laszlo, Matt Berry, whose head is mostly filled with sexual thoughts, and Nadia, Natasha Demetria, Laszlo's creator and wife, who is aggressive with her housemates and nostalgic about her human life. Accompanying them is Guillermo, Harvey Nanda's familiar, who wants to become a vampire. Thanks to its mockumentary style and concept of following a group of friends in one contained setting, as their home is the main setting, What We Do in the Shadows could have been a unique replacement for The Office, but, instead, it was a perfect expansion of Waititi and Clement's hit movie.